Thank you very much so much for this very warm introduction. And ladies and gentlemen, very good morning. Right? I trust that life is good. It's a beautiful Saturday morning. We are in Bangalore. The startup ecosystem innovation. That's what it's all about. So let's get into this right away. What I would request each of the panelists is a very crisp introduction first, and then we'll get into the innovation, startups, ecosystem, what and all we can do. All right. So let's start with the lady. If it's okay with you, gentlemen, ma'am.
Uh, Hello everyone. Good morning everyone. This is Dr. Rupa Rao, and I first of all I thank everyone being on the dais and Monica Jain and everyone else. I'm a leadership coach and executive coach, ICF PCC, and a psychologist. I have been into coaching since 15 years. I have coached the leaders of most of the training, most of the institutes and organizations and the MNCs. I am into, like, when it comes to the mindset coaching, I'm also into the mindset coaching, and I'm a psychologist. I usually coach the leaders uh, every topic on business innovations and also on the leadership skills. So coaching is something. It's not about the training. Coaching is we get that insight from you and understand. So thank you, everyone.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much for this. And just I'm going to, before the rest of the two gentlemen start, we would later on, before we kickstart the panel, we want to know who are the founders, entrepreneurs in the room, and what are the challenges that you face. So just keep that in mind. But now over to the introductions of the panelists, sir. Over to you, sir.
Thank you. Good morning to all of you. My name is Gopinath Rao. I'm working as a Deputy Director in MSME Development and Facilitation Office, Bangalore, since 24 years. And I'm in the promotion and development activities for the MSME sectors. That's my duty.
Thank you, sir.
It's okay. We can clap.
Hey, good morning to all of you. My name is Satyanarayana, and I'm right now working as a CEO for AIC Great Lakes Balachandran Incubator, which is situated in Great Lakes Institute of Management in Mahabalipuram. So it's a joint initiative between Atal Innovation Mission and Great Lakes. It's a Atal Innovation Center which is funded by Atal Innovation Mission Niti Aayog, and we support startup in very early stages by providing mentoring and idea validation and so on and so forth. I'll talk about in detail later how we support innovation and bridge the ecosystem with the founders and how we catalyze the process. So we have also been innovating a lot because we are a B school, and it's very tough to run an incubator in a B school because students come and go for 1 year and 2 years. We'll share journey later. So this is my introduction. I'll share more as and when we go ahead. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Satya and Mr. Rao and ma'am. You all have been very kind. And, okay, startups, entrepreneurs in the house. All right, fantastic. And people who want to become entrepreneurs, don't worry, we will not tell anyone else that you're great, fantastic. So what are the challenges? Just you can shout out, okay? Because it will really help us to make it this conversation, which is meant for you. What are the challenges you're facing? And when you think about innovation, entrepreneurship, what exactly is in your mind? Just a quick sound bites from me, some of you. Please, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead, absolutely. But you don't have a mic, so you'll have to shout a little bit, maybe. Access to finance, okay, fantastic. Okay. All right. Okay, understood. That's India. Paperwork is, we thrive on paperwork. Fantastic. Of course, go to market, finding customers, etc. Okay, beautiful. To summarize, for those who do not hear, she was saying access to finance, access to capital. What are the schemes available from the government, whether it's state government or from national government, etc. And then obviously go to market. And suggestion, as one would say, is that there's a lot of paperwork. It's a bit of a struggle, is what ma'am has said. Who else would like to give a quick? Yeah, please, sir, go ahead. Okay, finding the right talent, hiring, and sustaining growth. Fantastic. There is unfortunate headlines that you have seen in the last few weeks about the layoffs. So one thing that all of us can actually do is how can, and these are fantastic people, right? Very talented, downturn in business, not their fault. but maybe finding the right talent is also about a little bit of support to help them to get to the right channels of employment. Great. Who else, sir? Please, please.
CEO of IGO Agri at the startup from Tamil Nadu. We started this company from startup to our goal is to become a unicorn in next 5 years.
Fantastic, boss.
So what I found was me being a technical guy from an engineering field, the business acumen from the industry for people like us to become billion-dollar brands, it is very scarce. In India, you don't have an ecosystem. I think now a lot of startup communities are getting formed. The access to VCs are not so much available. Maybe in
Sir,
markets,
come to Bangalore, sir. Come to Bangalore. Trust
definitely
me.
yes.
We'll all get
In
solved.
Chennai, we find it a bit difficult. I think in Gurgaon and Bangalore, I think the availability is more. So probably I would like this to reach everywhere. It is not only
Sir,
Bangalore.
your ambition is
Gurgaon.
very good in life. There are a lot of people who have that ambition.
Yes.
There are ways and means. We'll talk about that.
Sure.
Okay?
Thank you. Thank you.
Anyone else?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Dr. Shalini Balan here. As a single person, one-man show, how to have
One
a
woman show.
sustain-
One woman show.
One
ma'am.
woman
One woman
show.
show. Yes.
Yeah.
Cheers to you.
Yes,
Okay.
thank you. So that is one point. And also, how to collaborate and grow.
Fantastic. So collaboration, growth, women entrepreneurs, women founders. Yes, there are actually a lot of places, whether it's TIE or NASCOM or NSR Cell, at least in Bangalore that I know of, in Karnataka, where there are amazing schemes and special grants and special support is given to women entrepreneurs. But mostly it is going towards technology, tech founders. Okay, so that's something you have to be careful about. So how many of you are tech founders and how many are non-tech founders? Okay, sorry, tech or non-tech? Tech, okay. Non-tech, D2C, you all want to set up your own companies around some, services or something. Who are those founders? More of you are there. Okay, fantastic. So we have a context now, I think, of what kind of people are there. So innovation, what are the schemes available? How can the growth be given? How can they find access to capital, which could be through schemes, sir, or it could be through venture debt or by working capital or whichever way. So may I start with you, please, Mr. Rao? Sir, over to you, sir.
So once again, good morning to all of you. Today, innovation is the mantra where you want to continue your business or sustainability of your business lies on your innovation. At the same time, looking at the problems which been expressed by the participants, the financial access is very important where they are finding the problems. The finance may be either through central government or state government schemes or through the investors. Through investors also it's possible. Coming to our Government of India scheme, we have a MSME innovative scheme where we support the young entrepreneurs or young brains who are going for new ideas, new concepts through our funding support exclusively for the technical education institutes where we provide 15 lakh rupees per idea. And in the institute, we select through our committee minimum 2 concepts, new innovative ideas. We give up to 30 lakhs for the host institutes. And apart from that, we also provide the development activities for the host institutes. The host institutes, they need some kind of infrastructure development. For that, we provide up to 1 crore rupees. So the institute can equip with all the equipments, necessary supports, so that they can improve or they can increase the number of intakes, either from the student side or from the MSME side. So the totally focusing on specifically on innovation. In that directions, the ministry announced 2 idea hackathon. In idea hackathon 1, we got across India around 257 ideas. The second hackathon, which is already completed by November 15th, On December 14th, we concluded we are yet to get total number of ideas what they collected at the center level. We are already done process. This is in continuously is going on. I hope this will help a lot of our young entrepreneurs and innovators. They can log into our website and see the what best new ideas have come into the picture and how to commercialize and with to make them continuity. We have got another schemes for funding schemes which will help them to start their unit. That is the way we are starting the innovations.
Thank you so much, sir. And I would like to endorse what sir is saying. If you recently know that January 16th was the India Startup Day, there's a lot of schemes, there are a lot of grants available. Yesterday, I was at Derby Foundation where they're giving grants of up to 10 lakhs for women entrepreneurs in the healthcare space. Of course, you have to have some kind of beautiful product. There is competition, but there's so much of opportunity. So I think one is we must, thank Monica Amit for bringing all these kind of innovations in events together where we can actually help you and help support. Also now, Satya, what I would request you to talk about also very specifically, the government of, because you were spearheading those schemes where you were helping so many startups, hundreds of startups to get initial funding, and they always had to show social impact and innovation. So if you have to give this wonderful participants that we have here some thought process, and of course what you're doing at Great Lakes, and you yourself are a phenomenal brain in all these activities. So go ahead, sir, please.
Thank you. As Sir said, there are a lot of schemes from central government and as well as state government. Now, every department has its own policy. So, MSME has a policy, Startup India has a policy, and Women and Child Welfare has a policy. So, now what we did, Karnataka government did way back in 2016 was they also tried to involve other departments for giving funding to again fund startups in those sectors. That was a beautiful thing what we did when we were there. We took funds from tourism department, agri-tech department. So when they were not able to fund, they gave the money to this department to fund, which was actually a good way of funding innovation, right? So now coming back to Vijita's question, and also trying to address one of the first questions which we got, let me tell you, government processes are the most simplest. I feel not being because I was in the government, but trust me, when you are actually preparing for all those paperworks which government website or the government asks, you are also preparing for data for your company for other needs which you may need for other future things, because governments ask so many information because it's taxpayers' money. Because I have been there, I know what it is. I was an industry person, I was an entrepreneur for 8 years. Way back, if somebody had come and asked me, even I would have felt the same thing, that why they're asking so much of information. But now I understand why they ask. They ask because it's all your money, it's all taxpayers' money, they're answerable. So, and they need to ask all that. And trust me, while you are preparing for all this, you also are preparing and bootstrapping for other data information which you may require in, probably VCs and other things. I think we have a VC here, we have some investors, I think other people also. Trust me, they ask 10 times more the information than what government asks, right? And see, in government also things are getting simplified. And every state has a startup cell now. Every state has a startup policy. Every state has startup, state funds also. Then there is Startup India seed funds. So I think Karnataka has funded around 700, companies till now. When I quit, it was 494 when we had funded, and more than 40 of them had raised money from VCs. One had become a unicorn that time. So it's a great success story. And Startup India Seed Fund also has been infused into all the incubators, and through incubators they are doing it. Now, coming back to the sustainable and social economic goals, I think that is something which you have to figure out in every innovation what you do. It need not be a social enterprise. Even a private for-profit enterprise can have a socio-economic impact. So it can reduce carbon footprint, it can give employment, it can actually provide economic growth, it can actually empower some lives of people. So you need to figure out what your innovation on one side is doing. It's filling a gap, you're addressing a problem, but on the other side you're also trying to impact socially by giving jobs. Or I'll give you an example. There is a company called Gen Robotics which works. It's from Kerala. It actually has a robotic scavenging machine. which actually goes under the, in the sewage, this thing, and it takes out the, whatever debris there. So it actually empowers the people's lives. So it saves people's lives. It gives employment. So you need to figure out what you can do, right? Maybe it's time saving for your customers. So Swiggy can say that we are actually saving time for our customers. We are actually bringing food to their table. There is another thought on the other side that's different, but this is what they say. So that's how you can actually innovate yourself. And yeah, I think having being a business, having business acumen, and not having technical knowledge is also a problem. Being a tech guy and not having a business acumen is also a problem. So try to find the right mix between your founding team, and if you're a single person, and if you feel that I am actually constrained, I am actually not able to do many things, outsource it. So as long as possible, keep outsourcing your things, legal, CS, CA, everything, you outsource it. You only focus on building your product and go fast in that. That's what I would say. And yeah, I think keep your fixed cost low. Variable cost can be outsourced.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Satya. And just before I go to Dr. Rupa, what we would love to just kind of explain to you is that even for profit, as long as you show that you're creating some kind of impact, that you're creating jobs, you're managing the sustainability, you're doing something that will actually uplift poverty or help to create a lot of success in some of the villages and towns, people are willing to back. Because if you go to the fund theses these days, in fact, yesterday I was spending time with Antel and Mentera and all that. All of them were very clear that we want you to make lots of money and we want our returns. But are you also doing something which will help the society? If you have that social impact with you, that's awesome. Ma'am.
Sorry to interrupt, sir.
Yeah.
We have our another panelist. So I would like to welcome Farah Khan, the founder of Nutrips, on the stage.
A round of applause for the lady, please. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you for joining us. We are very honored and privileged to have you here. Please do take a seat. And what we will do is that we'll just finish this round of questions. We're talking about innovation, centricity. People were asking how do we raise funds? How do we hire? How do we go to market? So this is a thread of the conversation. But ma'am, over to you, and then I will give it to Farah. Please. Thank you so much.
Okay, so it's good that I am, sir, and also Mr. Satya gave us so many information. There are three things: money, opportunity, and the mindset. You have money, you have the opportunity, but the mindset is very important. So, what is that mindset? There is something called as eighth muda in Japanese terms. What is that eighth muda? This is eighth waste. What is that eighth waste? There are 7 wastages, natural resources, a lot of things. But there's one wastage, that is innovation and creativity. All of us have the creative mind and all of us have the innovative mind, but we are not bringing it up. The reasons, there are many reasons. Apart from the opportunity and also the money factor, there is something called as the mindset and the attitude and the fear. What happens if I invest? What is it going to happen? Like, what if I don't get the support from the government? What if I do this? A lot of doubts, ifs. So that is what I say, the mindset. There is something called as, like whenever we speak to the leaders and the business owners, I give them a formula or I just tell them dream. What is a dream? It's dream mindset. Have the dream mindset. It's not about dreaming. This is about define, discover, be resilient. So what is that define? So always we'll have to find what I have seen, especially when sir was telling, MSME's director was telling about the opportunities during the COVID. I wanted to tell there are many people who have become entrepreneurs during those 2 years, especially the coaches, trainers, consultants, and also the tech industry have been developed like anything in those 2 years. Why? They found a gap and the opportunity. So there are many people who have found the gap and the opportunity, but still they have never made their mind. But there are the people who have made their mind, and I myself have coached a housewife who was who was a yoga teacher, and she wanted to do something in her life because yoga was closed and no earning. So then the next thing what she did is like we just had a talk and then we realized she has a potential. And now she's supplying this masala products, food products to all over in the world, everywhere. So that is what we have observed. That is what we have to find out the mindset. So what is a dream? What I said, the dream was D stands for discover and define and dream and be flexible. Most of the time, like it happens, like is it for me? Can I do this? What if I do? So that is flexibility we should have, are resilient. So that is what resilience, be resilient. Like there are many challenges we are like come across. I'm also an entrepreneur since 22 years. I started my, actually I have to say I started my business with the help of government itself. That is Pradhan Mantri Rozgar Yojana. Definitely there was a lot of struggle. Some of you said paperwork, a lot of things, but I'm happy and I'm proud that I could come out of it, and it's fine. So that is called as resilience. We have to be resilient. There are many challenges will come. So it could be paperwork, or it could be questions, or it could be money. And what I am thinking like, what is your interest? What do you want to do? That is, you have to be enthusiastic, and also be attentive and assertive at what we are doing. So these are the major things that we have to, that is what I call as dream mindset and momentous. So we all think a lot of things like innovative mindset we all have, right? But why it won't go? Because we just think and we don't put it in the action. So this is what, with this I just want to say, dream mindset if we have, even without money and the opportunity, we can grow. I'm writing it down. I'm the one who have been grown up like that. You don't need money. You have to find out the opportunity and you can grow. Money will come automatically if you have the mindset. It's my own experience. And also innovation is not just about inventing something new. Innovation is also about, someone said about the marketing. Innovation, implementing the innovation in the marketing is also important. Implementing the innovation in also in the this one, talent management. Someone spoke about the talent. So what is the innovation that you can find? I'll give an example. All of you, more, I think most of you are from Karnataka. You know what is the Kannada publication industry. It is one of the stake one. It has no value. I mean, it's not a lucrative business opportunity. There is something called as Veeraloka Prakashana, which came into existence just 6 months before. He got a new idea of marketing, innovative way of marketing, which no one in Kannada book industry, forget about the Kannada book industry, even in the outside of the other language industry, have done. So he has, he made this one, authors as celebrities. Authors as the celebrities, and other places where only 30-40 books were selling. Now he's telling, he's able to sell 3,000 to 4,000. So what I say is innovation everywhere, every steps is required, not only the incubation, promotion, promoting it, marketing it, talent management, and everywhere. So thank you. This is what I wanted to say.
Thank you so much,
Thank
Dr.
you.
Rupa. And we'll have Farah to introduce herself. Please, go ahead.
Yeah, hi. I am one of the founding member of NutriSkin Science and the brand title as Nutribs. It's a body to soul brand, and I'm also pursuing my doctorate degree, and my education is still not completed. Fine. So we basically we are discussing
Are
about
you
the
funded?
customer.
Have you raised money? Large team? You want to talk about that as well? Looking for funding?
Sure. Yeah. I am. Yeah, of course, I'm looking for funding. And I have launched the product 5 months back. It's just 5 months that I have started my own startup. Prior to this, I was into the leadership role. I was leading, I was heading one of the EV team, and I was one of the advisory committee member. And also I was CEO of Northern IT Services for 6 years prior to this startup. So we are basically discussing about the innovation centricity, and I would like to actually, out of my own experience, I would like to point out certain information about customer centricity, which is also very important because innovation comes when there is a need, where there is a customer preference, right? So I would like to point some of my own experience. So basically, most of these organizations, when what they do is they push the employee base to focus on the customers, right? And to focus on the customers' needs and their pattern and on the trends, on the present trends. So, customer centricity is basically a skill of understanding the customer. And the best way to understand the customer is by talking to the customer. So, this is something very simple, which we all must be knowing, that talking to the customer actually makes you understand well about the customer. But there are two steps which I would like to say in order to understand about customer. It's not only the talking to the customer matters, and also being with the customer also matters, right? These are the two important topics which everyone should be aware of as an entrepreneur. So talking to the customer in the sense is not only just you're talking to the customer, you're telling your employees to talk to the customer. It's also there are many companies who uses these chatbots and AI based applications to actually solve their queries, and also they take their suggestion and feedbacks. So in the other hand, talking to the customers via different source, like you have this social media platform. Perhaps this is one of the greatest way of transferring your information to the customer, transferring some detailed information to the customer. So if you are having any objective about your company, and you want to about your product or services, and how do you actually transfer that? Like, the customer should understand, especially if you are a newbie, and your product is new to the industry, and your services are new to the market. Like, customer should know his or her journey, and how the customer journey is actually going to be actually going to happen with your company, right? So by using this social media platform, by via the voice of the influencers, brand ambassadors, and also the customer to customer reviews, all these are the common steps, the practices which any brand uses it nowadays. And the another step, also the criticism. So whenever we get any criticism, in fact, we need to wait for the criticism and ask for the criticism until we make our product strong, enough to hit the market, to withstand the competitions. So criticisms are also important. It's not only the positive thing you need to be concerned of. The negative, only the criticism will actually give you the point on how to innovate more things better. Fine, this is one point, like talking to the customers to increase the brand, to get the experience, to create a rapport with the customer, to build the brand experience. As we all know that our economy is the consumer-led economy. And apart from this, the second step is being with the customer. So in this, I would like to include one of the, it's a short story. It's a real-time story out of my own experience. This is one of the projection which I did. This is a case-led. So prior to this startup, I was heading one of the EV startup team. Fine. And the team actually wanted to do something very different from other EVs. We all know that it's a hot topic. EVs are a hot topic in Bangalore right now, that many startups are coming up. So there was a team which, they actually, what they do is they give the rental services, electric bike services to the delivery boys like Swiggy, Zomato, and the Zepto delivery boys. And they wanted to do something unique and out of, to just stand out in their services. So they planned of making a clubhouse indoor activities, a clubhouse inside the premises with indoor activities and many other facilities. It's like a feature they were giving along with the bikes. So they wanted to also have the recliner and many relaxing things which these delivery boys can utilize. So basically, these, if you see the delivery boys, they work hard day and night, and they also need the resting time, right? So this was the main, innovation. They thought of bringing some resting period for the delivery boys, and But initially, when they started up, this was very impressive. Most of them who listened to this idea, they were impressed, and they also accepted the fact that yes, delivery boys who are working hard day and night, they do want some of the resting time. So they kind of planned of the in-house, inside the premises activities. But most of them, almost 98% of them, did not utilize what they got, because they didn't, what they made did not turn to be as per their expectation. So what the founder did, the founder immediately called the team, and they told the team to get along with the customer, to be with the customer, to understand what the exact need is. So one of the team went with the customer. They understood what they exactly need. Bike is something which is the product, and apart from that, what is the value added services which you exactly will give. Then they came to know road time
Ma'am, we need to
assistance is
take a
something.
break right now because I think there's a lot of questions we need to move around. Okay, so I think we just got a warning from there as well. So I would love to open this up to some of the audience also, Farah, right?
Yeah,
Because we
yeah.
need to get, you came in
Yeah,
late,
sure.
so we need to talk to the audience as well and to the participants. So some of the questions that you would like to ask any one of us, it could be about funding, it could be about hiring, it could be about marketing. Is there something that anyone wants, any specific question? And if you wanted to address to any of the panel members, who would you like to talk to? Yeah, please go ahead. If someone can give him a mic, if you don't mind. You can ask questions on funding and investment also. I'll try my best to give some crisp outlines. But we have Satya, we have Sir here, we have two other ladies who you can ask questions to. Anyone else, just raise your hand so that we know that we need to come to you, okay? So we have one more person there. So short and crisp, okay? Because we want to get in as many questions as possible, please. Thank you.
Hello.
Yeah, go ahead, buddy.
So I have seen that the funding and the inspiration and support is given for product building, but marketing is somehow not focused. I see that people have beautiful e-commerce portals.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah,
You will not get support for marketing
they
all the
don't
time.
teach how to sell, or there are less number of people who are into teaching that how to market after the product is ready, after the market product fit is done, how to take it to the people. So I have seen startups, and startups come to us. We are marketing agencies. Startups come to us that we have exhausted all our fund in building the product, and can you do it for a lesser thing? So I think there is a urge to teach them that keep at least a substantial amount of money to reach out to the people and distribute your product and ideas. And second thing, sir, Gopinath sir.
Is there a question for you?
Yeah,
Just
there is
ask
a question for
yeah.
Gopinath sir. Gopinath sir, I have heard you during the lockdown, during the online sessions by Image Planet. There is a conception, there is a misconception that only when we go to incubator cells or reach out to organizations who are there already, the capacity is very less. We know that NSR cell has, let's say, 30 capacity to promote startups. What are the common people? What are the common areas? How a common man can go and reach out to you? What are the channels? Is it through the portal? Is it through any agency? Or what is the thing, sir? What is the
Okay, got it. So that's your question.
Yeah. So we are a startup. Last year we've done extremely well. We have established ourselves as a market leader. But we find a lot of problems in valuation. I would be happy if MSME is able to introduce valuation services from MSME, because private services are too expensive and they don't meet out deadlines, or we have approached so many people and none of them satisfied. So if MSME can come out with evaluating a brand, because that is the next stage, we would like to go to VCs after that. So we have a great problem in the market right now in valuations. So if MSME can come out with some options, it will be very helpful for everybody.
So, question number one, this gentleman asked about something on identity. No, hospital. No. See, funds for marketing you are asking about, no? See, marketing, there are two ways. One is you have to develop on your own through digital mode, that is already is there. And the second one is what government is trying to help the entrepreneur is, that is, we have a scheme called PMS, Procurement and Marketing Scheme, where an enterprise, micro or small enterprises, if they are participating in any trade fair, domestic trade fair or international trade fair, they are going to get funding reimbursement, or stall rent, or the travel expenses, or publicity, and total up to 1.5 lakh rupees for domestic trade fairs, you are going to get it. Here, the main purpose of this particular scheme is to help the entrepreneurs to find out suitable buyers or develop their networking or introduce their product in the market and expand their marketing networking. That is the main area. So that's why this particular scheme plays a very important. Either if you participate in the domestic trade fair or in the international trade fair, it is same. And with respect to the reimbursement mode, if it is a CST owned unit or women entrepreneurs, they are going to get 100% reimbursement. So just to increase the participation of women entrepreneurs in the business, 100% has been given support. So please make use of this opportunity. In nutshell, whatever the statement everybody will make, ultimately it comes to the goal how to increase the marketing, how to increase your sales in your balance sheet. That is the only goal. Whether you assess the customers right in front of you, one to one you interact with them, or through digital mode you attract him. So anything you do, ultimately your goal is to sell your product or services. So that is the main idea. And there are different routes out there. How to contact, how to sustainability. Your main sustainability of your business depends on your innovative ideas in marketing also. Not in the product, also in marketing. That is the main idea. So you have to find out. That means in nutshell, I should say your innovative should be in all sectors, not only in product, in every sector of or every action what you make. That is important. And the second one is Madam asked about the cluster. See, cluster development program, it is one of the flagship of our ministry scheme, where the manufacturing units, if there are manufacturing units, minimum 20, 25 units are there. In the entire manufacturing chain, if there is one particular machine or a technology which is very costly for the micro and small enterprises, if that particular link is being supported by the under the cluster development program. For example, if you take the manufacturing of garments, apparel industries, in that cases, if there is a value addition is required, or one particular button stitching machine, if you want to make it, that particular activity becomes a common for all the industries which are in that particular sector. So to address this problem, a common facility center can be created. For that, that particular machineries or technologies which is going to be installed in that particular CFC place, we are going to funding support up to 30 crores. So the only thing is we need minimum 20-25 industries who are in the same sector and coming under one common platform, that is under SPV, special purpose vehicle, which should be registered under section 8 company under income tax act. So once it is done, documentary everything is done, it will be DPR has to be prepared, that is detailed project has to be prepared about the project and submit to the either MSME DFO or to the state government. And one more thing is, one woman entrepreneur mentioned about document is too much in government. I don't think it is nowadays made very simple. Just for example, if you take the Udyam registration, it is very simple, online registration, one page, one document is required. Not a document, it is only a number. Your Aadhaar number is required, that's all. Immediately you will get to Udyam registration. If you had done earlier, about 10 years back, you would have submitted a lot of document to the state government. They have used to lot of ups and down, almost 5 times, 10 times, bring that document, bring this document, bring that data, everything. Now it has been made simple. You now tell me, situation, how it has changed, that to this. If you put that other number in the Udyam portal, you are going to get, you feed some data, then you'll get it, that's all. What else you need? Even on online, the funding support is available. That is 59 minutes loan. In principle of all, you are going to get it, funding support. So the government is slowly is digitalizing the process. So it's very simple.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. And if I may also suggest very quickly, I know we are running out of time. How many of you are from Kerala who have got businesses in Kerala? Go to the Kerala Startup Mission. They will really be very supportive and helpful. Any of from Odisha? Startup Odisha, OHub. There are some wonderful people over there who can help you. How many from Karnataka? You have KDM, you have the startup cell. We know all of us. TIE Bangalore is there, NASCOM is there. So please make sure you help them. And one thing that I'm offering to Monica and to Amit is, if you guys want me to organize a workshop on pitching and grants and this and that, I'm more than happy to do that. Satya can help us. He's actually the subject matter expert on all that. We are running out of time, ladies. I'm so sorry because there's dirty looks coming in from there, and we would love to talk, but maybe we could mingle later. And really appreciate Satya. So thank you so much, and Farah and Dr. Rao, thank you so much. Take care, everyone, and all the very best. Over to you, ma'am.